Hey everyone, welcome to High School Dropouts Advice. Today I want to talk with you about Palantir. I had to wait a couple of days to make this video because I wanted to see how the lockup restriction will affect the stock prices. But first thing first, Palantir is a big data company. You might not know what big data is all about, so let me explain it to you in a comfortable and short understandable version. Big data uses all data available to predict, optimize, maximize, make decisions, maintain, prevent, and help us to make better decisions. There is so much more I can mention here. The company was founded in 2003 and Alex Karp, the CEO, since 2004, as you can see right here. Palantir has two platforms, one is Gotham and the other one is Foundry. The government uses Gotham as its platform. Palantir big data technology has helped the US government to predict the next outbreak in our current pandemic. They also predict where medical equipment and resources were needed. Foundry is mainly used for the commercial industry. The industry big data is a solution for AI and ML, auto racing, cyber, financial compliance, and the list go on, as you can see here. I leave it here for 2 more seconds so you can go through the list. Big data will help us humans make quicker decisions based on the data Palantir connects and present to us. For example, mortgage applications. You know how long it takes and how much paperwork is needed. With big data, everything can be reduced and the decision can be made nearly instantly. Now that you know what big data is and how Palantir is changing how we work, govern, and live, we might understand how big the market for this stock is. So let me explain why I was waiting to make this video before I recommend this stock to you guys. The stock was on an IPO lockup. So what is an IPO lockup? An IPO lockup is a period of days, typically 90 to 100 days after an IPO, during which time shares cannot be sold by company's insiders. Lockup periods typically apply to insiders such as the company's founders, owners, managers, and employees, but may also include early investors such as venture capitalists. So why do we have this? This is helping the stock to stabilize. Many insiders of the company are holding the stock before it went public. Many people get paid partly in stocks, and of course they can sell the stocks. But when a company decides to do an IPO lockup, this will help the market to be more stable because not too many stocks get dumped on the market, or the insiders are limited in profit taking or profit cutting. In our case, insiders were only allowed to trade 20% of their stock holdings, so it means that 80% of the stocks were locked up. Usually stocks are going down after the lockup expiration because insiders turn their shares into cash and the short overflow of stocks is pressing the stock price down. We have two comparables here, Snowflake and JFrog, which went public last year and both prices went down. Snowflake from 330 to 280 and JFrog from $67 to $60. The lockup of the stocks expired on the 19th of February. So the first thing I was checking this morning is how the stock does. And as you can see, the stock is up around 14% now. This is the first day, but this is a very bullish sign. This means that Palantir's investors, employees, managers, founders, and other insiders are believing in the stock. My original plan was to buy the dip as much as I can, but seeing the price going up is a good sign for the company and the stock. It's just bad that I have to buy it for more money. So congrats to the people who bought a couple of days ago after the earning release when the price was dropping after a mixed signal earning release. We also had a very bullish news today which helped the stock to gain the upside momentum. Cathie Wood's ARK Invest ETFs acquired over 6.8 million shares of Palantir in the last week as the stock dipped, as you can see here. A little while ago, we have Goldman Sachs analyst Christopher Mervyn lifting its price forecast to $34. As of now, you can see that a couple of ETFs are investing and believing in Palantir. RW is the biggest shareholder and the recent purchase make them one of the most prominent ETF investors investors by far. You can also see Vanguard on the list. So is everything positive about Palantir? There are a couple of things everyone needs to consider for themselves. We had complaints about Palantir because it worked very closely with the government. The government uses Palantir to predict where illegal immigrants are working, then the government caught them and deported them. So we have employees and civil rights activists accusing Palantirs of having blood on their hands, as you can see here. This is just one example that Palantir and big data will be used by the FBI, CIA, military, DEA and many other government agencies. Some investors didn't like the ties with the government, and the increase in revenue was mostly driven by working with the government in the last earning release. By the way, if you have no brokerage account to buy stocks yet, or if you need a second account, I can recommend you Webull, where you can get 2 stocks for free which value up to 1850 when you deposit at least $100. I will link it in the description below. And in my opinion, the backlog Palantir has is, if I remember correctly, over 2.6 billion. And they have landed a big contract with PG&E, one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. This should generate a significant portion of earnings with commercial partners. I also have to add at this point that big data companies like Snowflake, JFrog and Palantir are not profitable yet, and investors are still looking to find a fair price for the stock yet. So when you invest in a stock in this industry, expect volatility. In the long term, big data is the future, but which company will dominate is not clear. So understand that you are investing in the potential of big data and your company's potential or stock to conquer the market. So this being said, your focus here on this stock is to gain the most significant partnership and generate the biggest revenue. They will try to gain control over the available market shares and then focus on optimizing their losses. So don't expect strong fundamentals, focus on how much market they control. I will wait for the beginning of the next week and hope for some insiders to let go of their shares and buying myself in the dip or recovery until I have 2 to 3% position of my portfolio size in Palantir. I have to say, I'm not a financial advisor, so only take my advice as entertainment value only. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Remember, your money is your responsibility. I hope I could help you understand big data and big data stocks better. If I did, please like, share and of course subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my other stock updates, real estate investment strategies and how to obtain a wealthy and a healthy money mindset. Many thanks. See you hopefully in the next video. Thank you. Bye.